Hello and welcome to the Profile Tree YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to go through the process of setting up a Google Analytics account so that you can start measuring the data coming through your website. Head over to analytics.google.com. But before we begin, make sure you leave a like on this video and leave a comment below if there's something you want us to cover in a future video. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future videos that we upload. Now that you're on analytics.google.com, you'll be presented with a window like this. Make sure that you're signed in to the correct account and then click Start Measuring. The first thing we're going to do is set up an account. Accounts can contain more than one tracking ID, so make sure you give your account a recognizable name. Next is the account data sharing settings. Data that you collect, process, and store using Google Analytics is secure and kept confidential. Data sharing options gives you more control over sharing your Google Analytics data. Google products and services, if you enable Google Signals, this setting will apply to authenticated visitation data which is associated with Google account users. If you disable this option, data can still flow to other Google products explicitly linked to your property. So if you would like to see some examples, you can simply click on Show Examples. In this case, we're going to turn it on. Next is the benchmarking. Contribute anonymous data to an aggregate data set to enable features like benchmarking and publications that can help you understand data trends. Once again, you can click Show Examples if you would like some more examples of this to give you more clarity before you select this option. Technical support, I would recommend having this on because this allows you to chat to Google's technical support representatives and let them have access to your Google Analytics to give you support wherever you may need it. Accounts specialists, this gives Google marketing specialists and Google sales specialists access to your Google Analytics data and account so that they can find ways to improve your configuration and analysis. They will then also share optimization tips with you. If you don't have dedicated sales specialists, give this access to authorized Google representatives. The choice is completely up to you. This is basically asking if you want to share your website information with Google specialists. In this case, they are here to help you and to help get more traffic to your website. So I would suggest having them all on. Then we can click Next. Next is your property setup. You need to put in your property details. A property represents a business's web or app data. An account can contain more than one property. So now you need to create a Google Analytics for property to measure your web or app data. So give your property a name. Google Analytics 4, formerly known as App and Web, is a new kind of property with different reports than what you're used to seeing in Universal Analytics properties. In this case, we're just going to be tracking a website. So we're just going to call this website data. You can choose a time zone and a currency. We're going to leave this as is and we're going to click Next. Now we need to tell Google Analytics about our business. So what industry are you in? You can select from the options below. If you're not able to find the industry that you're in, you can simply scroll down and click on Other. You then need to select your business size. You can select small if you have 1 to 10 employees, all the way up to very large if you have more than 500 employees. Let's go with medium. Now you need to select how you intend to use Google Analytics with your business. And you can tick all that apply. In this case, I've selected all of them. If there's something else you need to add, you can select Other and you can simply type it in here. In this case, we're just going to leave that off and we're going to click Create. When you click Create, you'll be prompted a window which has the Google Analytics Terms of Service Agreement. You'll then need to tick that you accept and you've read the terms of service. You then scroll down and do the same thing with additional terms applicable to data sharing with Google. You can go through and read this and then you can click I accept and then finally click I accept again. And there you have it. You've created your Google Analytics account. The next thing you'd need to do is obviously link your website. So in the admin section, you'd go down to data streams and you can select from web, Android app or an iOS app, whichever data you'd like to measure. In this case, we are measuring website data, so I would select web and I would need to put in the website that I want to track. So put in the URL for your website and put in a stream name, which is what you want to refer to this website URL as. So basically just the name of your site. Then you select the kind of measurement that you want. This is enhanced measurements, which you can turn on or off over here. And then you can create a stream. Now that your stream is created, Google is offering up some information on how to get a tag installed. So yes, you have connected to your website, but there's no way to transfer data between Google Analytics and your website. So you need to install tracking information, or a tag in this case. So you can use a global site tag, which needs to go between the head section on your website, or you can use Google Tag Manager. The next thing you need to do is go to Setup Assistant, and here you can go through the steps of getting your tag installed and setting up custom measurements. You can then activate Google Signals. You can link Google Ads or BigQuery. You can define your audiences, and you can set up conversion tracking. You can also manage users in this section and give more people access to this account. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please leave a like to let us know, or leave a comment below if there's something you want us to cover in a future video. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future videos we upload. And until the next video, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.